Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Comics with Callaway, and in this video we're going to talk about this god-awful book, Superman Heroes by Bendis, and a few other writers, Fraction, Rucker, Maguire, Lieber, Perkins, Norton, and Goddelwick, however you pronounce that one. I'm not sure, sorry. This book's just... What do you say about DC Comics now? How far they have fallen. The only good part in this book is the conversation and interaction between Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Diana as Wonder Woman. The rest is just crap, and this book just shows how much of a hot mess and dumpster fire DC Comics is lately under Dan Didio's leadership, with Brian Michael Bendis, Tom King, and the rest of them. DC is it's just crap now, and this book just, this book is proof of what is happening at DC Comics. This is the type of crap that they are putting out and charging. Here it's $5.99 American, which works out to be about $13 Australian for this shit. So let's get into it. The art's pretty good. The art is good. It's nice, bright, colourful, how Superman should be. We get some really good shots, but it's all about Clark. From the way it reads, this book is before he reveals his identity. This takes place before then. So this is about him telling all his superhero friends of what they think and their opinions and what the events are taking place for him to reveal his identity. So the first few pages are Clark as a young kid with John Kent and Martha Kent talking and just struggling at school and things like that. It wasn't that, more just Bendis blabble, but the story was okay. If this book was a one-shot or an Elseworlds story, like a 6-issue Elseworlds miniseries, you could probably actually take it and stomach it. But because this book is destroying the whole DC universe's continuity and as a whole, the book it's just trash. They're just stepping on the fans now. They don't care about the long-time fans. They want to appeal to this fan base that doesn't exist, and then they bring the has-been and the never gonna be as Brian Michael Bendis. He needs to just be put in his Jinx World corner and just... That's it. He should not be in charge of DC Comics. So we get this story, and then it's Lois and Clark talking before they reveal the identity. It's just more Bendis dribble and blabber. It's just, yeah. Now we get this is actually a nice page, though. Like I said, the art is good. I do like the art, but... And then Superman's talking, he wants opinions, and this kid knows his name, so it's... Can we call you Superman because Superman's still better than Clark Kent? And then he tells all his superhero friends, he's like, this will be good for me. And you turn the page and look at this. Look what you get. Where do you go? Do you just go boom, boom, boom? Or do you go like that? Like, this is Brian Michael Bendis at DC, and it's just blabber and jokes and humour that's just crap. The only person that makes sense out of this is Batman and Aquaman. They're the only ones that are, and maybe Flash, that are really thinking about this clearly. The rest are just stupid. Then we get this stupid thing here. Booster, he's walking up a mountain and he's talking, and he's finally happy he can say Clark Kent. He can scream it out loud when he's having this stupid interaction with Superman. Booster, is everything okay? And he's like, he's puffing because he's just walked up the mountain. Everything's great now, seriously. Do you know how hard it's been for me? How many times I almost let it slip that you are you, Clark Kent? And then Booster Gold's just acting like a little teeny bopper fan, like a little fanboy of Superman. It just comes across as it's not even, I'm talking about how he survived in the future, and Superman's still in the future, and it's going to be amazing, the la-di-da, it's just, and this is the only part of the book that's actually any good. Then the art changes, and it's a bit darker, but it's about how Batman's talking to Wonder Woman about how he doesn't think it's a good idea, he thinks it's stupid, and he's calling Clark selfish for it. And then Diana's like, how can you say selfish and Superman, Clark Kent in the same sentence? And he's like, because it affects everyone. And he says, it puts everyone he knows and cares for in danger. Lois, John, people he said hello to on the street, for all we know. It's put greater scrutiny on him. He'll never be out of the spotlight. That in turn could compromise the rest of us. So maybe Bendis should have listened to Batman and before he done all this crap. Now Superman's whole character is just gone. Like, he's not going to be able to work at the Daily Planet now because every article he's written about himself it just means nothing. No one will take him seriously. It's the stupidest storyline ever, and I don't know why DC has done it, because they have no idea what to do. And this 5G stuff's just gonna, But this was the only good part of the book, the interaction between Batman and Wonder Woman. And then we get into this, they've written that Batman's actually, he's not angry at Clark, he's just jealous that he can't do that. That Batman wishes that one day he could have a family and a home and nothing to hide. So it's just, this part was alright. This part where I liked how Batman, like how he's like jealous a little bit of Superman, but it still doesn't make the book any better. And then we get this crap here. Superman goes back to his school teacher just to tell his school teacher that, to make his school teacher feel better, that now that he knows he's Superman, all through school that Clark Kent could have used his X-ray vision to get through assignments. He could have used his heat vision to destroy tests that are coming. Like, he could have done all the stuff to cheat, but he didn't. And it was important to him to know that the teacher knew that he never cheated. And then there's one line in here where he says, this annoyed me. He's like, I worked as hard for you as I have for anyone else. Ma and Pa on the farm, or Perry White. Maybe not Perry, he says. But everything I learned about hard work, I learned from you. So he's basically just crapped all over his parents that raised him and said that he's learned everything he knows from school. He's nothing about his, so it's just, the writing's just crap. It's just, so he's completely just throw his parents under the bus to make this teacher feel better. It's like, your parents are the one that's raised you, but because now he's Superman, he's got to go and tell the truth to his teacher and make sure his teacher knows that he never cheated. It's like, seriously? And then, so we skip. And then we got this dumb interaction between Superman and Jimmy Olsen. Superman feels bad for not telling Jimmy. And then we work it out that Jimmy already knew. Jimmy knew all along that Kent was Superman because there was only two people that called him Jim. Superman and Clark Kent. So that's how he already knew. And he's like, that's when I realised there was only one person that called me Jim. So then Superman here, he's just dribbling on about, are you sure? Are you sure you're okay? Are you sure we're cool? Da 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 da. Are we all good? And just rambled on for pages. And he's like, yeah, we're good. And then as he runs out, Jimmy realises that he needs a lift home, so he runs out to catch Superman to give him a lift home. And this is, not wait for. I only got this because I've just started the channel, and I refuse to read anything that Bendis writes. I love the Superman Rebirth, and I could only stomach to Action Comics 1004, where Lois was calling Superman and Clark Kent. She was calling Clark Kent baby, and then the sex scenes and stuff. That was just that done it for me with Bendis. I was never reading it after that, and all the word balloons after, just pages of balloons. So I got this book because it was at the comic shop, and I've just started a channel, so I figured I'd do a video on it just to see what it's like. But I won't be getting number 2, and I don't recommend it either for anybody. Save your money, buy something else, buy an indie book or something. DC does not deserve your money anymore. They prove time and time again that they don't care about their fans. They just do what they want to do, and they write crap stories. Didio proves it time and time again that he does not know what DC Comics are and what they're about. Ever since he's been at DC, it's just been crisis event after crisis event after crisis event after crisis event. The whole world's at stake all the time with Didio and his dark and depressing and twisted visions for DC that someone's always going to die. He hates legacy characters. He destroyed Wally West in Heroes in Crisis. They brought Bendis in, and now Bendis has just turned the whole DC universe up on its head, and not in a good way. It's just awful. Kelly Sue DeConnick is destroying Aquaman. What was her last book? She couldn't even sell 70. She's only just making 70,000 issues shipped. And when Abnett left Aquaman for her, she had it all set up that she could just take over and write a good run. But no, ever since her book, since she started, she's dropped sales every issue with her feminist, white man hating feminist crap and politics. Bendis has just destroyed Superman with every issue. I could go on and on about DC. Maybe if someone wants to stream with me, we could do a rant on DC. But I picked this one up and Wonder Woman 751 just to do reviews on it. But the only DC book that I'm reading now until the 5G is the Batman and the Outsiders, just because I like Brian Hill and I like what he's been writing. But as soon as 5G comes, my one book will be gone. So I went from buying like 10 DC books in Rebirth to now I'm just buying one. And that'll be it at 5G. I'll be out of DC. Anyway, guys, that's my take on this book. It's god awful. The art is good. There's a few pages in there that had the Batman, the Bruce Wayne and Diana dynamic, the interaction between them, which was really good. Maybe Bendis and DC needs to listen to Batman, because this is awful. And let me know what you guys think. I might be wrong. You might think this is a good book. But if you like DC at the moment and you want to buy their books. I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't buy, but yeah, I won't be buying any more DC books other than Batman and the Outsiders until 5G, and then that's it. So that's my video, guys. Like and subscribe, please. It's much appreciated. It will help grow the channel. And like I said, I haven't uploaded my videos yet because Wi-Fi here where I am in Australia has been terrible. We've got no internet reception or anything at the moment, so I'm behind on all my videos. So hopefully I'll get these uploaded in the next day or two whenever the internet comes back. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Much appreciated.